The final review is on the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy Evolution Origin Autobot Jazz. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today we're doing a review on the Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origin Autobot Jazz. Now I had pre-ordered this at Target.com on my app, and it said no release date available. And I went to my super Target in Clearwater, Florida, and lo and behold, there was 4 on the shelf. So I picked them up and canceled my pre-order. So, first going to take a look at the package. It is, of course, the plastic-free packaging, where here's the open window. Luckily, it's not that big. And I know these Buzzworthy Bumblebees have 2 layers of cardboard. So I don't see any weapons down there, but I'm hoping they are packed in the back of them. And here's the Origin Autobot Jazz Buzzworthy Bumblebee logo. Plastic-free packaging except tape and glue. Hasbro, Transformers. Now it is part of the Transformers Legacy Evolution under the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. It's a lot of sidelines, I guess you'd say. There's RC, Optimus, and Megatron. There is Jazz right there. Plastic-free packaging where it used to say Deluxe. And on the back, you have Origin Autobot Jazz. The Evo Fusion is the grappling hook on the end of his gun. There's Jazz in his robot mode, Jazz in his Cybertronian mode, and 20 steps. Here's UPC if anybody wants it. All right, let's crack this guy open. Now, I haven't opened this guy yet. He's still taped up. So this is going to be the first time I'm opening him up. We'll cut the tape. And we'll pull this out, and now we'll pull him out. All right, there's the front. Here is the back. And where are the weapons? See, the weapons are right there. So, it looks like he's weird. He's packed weird. Oh, this slides open. Oh, and he's got no straps or nothing. Look at that. He just pops out. And I guess first we'll take a look at his weaponry. So, we'll put that aside, and this is a throw sheet. Don't worry about it. And now we'll do the guns first. Let's see. Let's open this bad boy up. And we have the grappling hook and the gun. All right, get rid of this, get rid of the razor. First we'll take a look at this. It looks like Jazz's gun. It's got the 5mm point on the side and one port on the side and one on the bottom. And there that is, and it's got a grappling hook. See if I can get in real close without. There you go. And I guess it fits at the very tip of the weapon. And there is your Evo Fusion gimmick on all of Legacy Evolution. They all have a Evo Fusion type gimmick. And I know what you're asking me. Is this Blast Effect compatible? Well, it is Blast Effect compatible. This is Rodimus Prime Commander classes. Blast effects, so they are Blast Effect compatible. And of course you got 5mm ports on the bottom of his feet, which most figures do, and they are Blast Effect compatible. Now I guess to put this guy in robot mode, you just want to spread that, come in here and flip out the feet. There we go. And let's see if sometimes they come packed, not transformed. And the directions will transform them. And this one doesn't say anything. It does have you, let's see, you flip the hand over and you put the grappling hook in one hand and the gun in the other hand. And then in this one, the grappling hook goes at the tip of the gun. And you can store them on the back. So let's do that real quick. Let's see. You flip this around. We'll put the grappling hook in the hand. And we'll put the gun in the other hand, and that is the first one. Like I said, I just opened up and haven't push paused or nothing. So let's see. Yep. And then what you can do is, I guess you can put it on the end like we just showed you. Like this. All right, flip his hand over. Come on. Oh no, wait, how does his hand go over? Oh shoot, I just popped his hand out. Why wasn't this fold over? It's gotta fold in somehow. Oh, you know what? This is part of the grappling hook. My bad. See, I just took this guy out of the package. See, the grappling hook is in two parts. You can take the grappling hook apart. There you go. See, the directions, do they tell you that? No, they don't tell you that. Nope, they don't tell you could take the grappling hook apart, which now you know you can. And there. All right, so the grappling hook comes in two parts. I guess this one is supposed to be a string in there, then you put a string in there. So you can have him hold this on, and then he can launch the grappling hook like he did in the very few first episodes of Transformers, More Than Meets the Eye. That is where the Cybertronian mode first appears. Now it's funny because you see Wheeljack and Bumblebee in their Cybertronian modes, and they already came out with a Cybertronian Bumblebee. So why they did Jazz instead of Wheeljack second, I don't know. But, and then this goes here, and it sticks out like that. Let's see the book. I like the orange book. It's pretty cool. Yep, it sticks out in the back very far. And we'll put the book away. And now let's take a quick look at Jazz. All right. Very typical Jazz sculpt. Very good. I like the silver, the blue, and the black. He's got his Earth mode front of the Porsche. He's got the Autobot sign. Got that gray waist. You got the black crotch piece. The white legs. I like the gray. And the black on the feet. Down the side, you could definitely see parts of the vehicle. His hands, you got the black and the white. Typical Jazz. And there is the back of him. So, not bad. I mean, this is the part that's different. But, of course, it's got to be. I love how they make them look like they're Earth robot modes. And yet, they transform into the Cybertronian modes. Now, for articulation, the head goes 360 degrees. I got nice up and down movement on a ball joint. Arm goes out 360 degrees. It goes out that far. I'm surprised they don't have a little piece on here. I guess he's a deluxe figure, so. Arm bends at the elbow and does a 360 degrees at the elbow. The hands do fold in. And, of course, we have the waist swivel, 180 degrees, or 360 degrees, I should say. Other arm, same way. Let's see. You kick more than 90. Kick back about 90. Do the full split. And he does have a upper thigh rotation. Looks like a mushroom joint that's screwed in. And close to a 90 knee bend, because you got this piece that stops it. And the feet should be, yep, rocker feet. And this goes up and down for transformation. But I love the rocker feet, so you can get them in the split stances like this, which is pretty cool. And that is our Jazz. All right, let's get him back up like this. Let's see. We'll put the gun in his hand. And I've always loved Jazz, one of my favorite characters. I'm glad they didn't kill him off in the movie, but then he disappeared after the first episode. All right, so there is Jazz right there. Now we'll do some robot-to-robot comparison. We're going to do several different comparison styles. First, so we're going to do the two Cybertronians. So that is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Oops. Bumblebee. and our Jazz. That's how they start stacking up. And then we're going to do some Jazz comparisons. So this was the latest incarnate, not the latest, I'm sorry. Yeah, this was the Studio Series 86 Jazz. So let's compare the two, because this is supposed to be the most comic accurate. And let's see, he's got some blue, but they're pretty close. Their dimensions are pretty good. He's got more of the wheels and the feet, but he doesn't. And then we'll bring in the Power of the Primes Jazz, which was this guy, his head's too small for his body, but that was the Power of the Prime. And then this, I believe, is the Reveal the Shield Jazz. I'm not really, these legs are really wonky. Yeah, since he is well, first we're going to bring in a Wheeljack. So he's in his Earth mode. So this is going to be, hopefully when we get Wheeljack, we'll have the first 3 Transformers ever shown on the More Than Meets the Eye. So this is the Siege Wheeljack in his Earth mode. And then we're going to do Optimus Prime in his Cybertronian mode. This is the Siege Cybertronian mode. So we're going to see how the Cybertronian modes of the 80s matches or goes with the Cybertronian mode of today. And we're going to bring in the Tetrajet Starscream, because they were in that also first episode. Now, this ain't exactly what he was in More Than Meets the Eye, but you could see where the inspiration came from. And we're going to bring in Sound Blaster, aka Soundwave, for that part in More Than Meets the Eye that you all know and remember, which we'll see later. And I figure I'm going to bring this is my Hard Hero statue, definitely yellowed, but definitely comic accurate. So actually, with the blue on the waist, is the Studio Series 86 is more accurate than this guy is, just because the waist. But you could see the face is the same. The gun, a little different. Let's see. He's got 1 grill here, and he's got 2. He's got the lights. He got the blue stripe with the Autobot symbol. The arms are the same. God, this guy's yellowed over the years. Whew. That is my cold cast porcelain bust Jazz Special Ops Agent number 702 out of 2,500 Hard Hero Enterprises. I did a review on some of these. I'm not sure if I did all of them, but I know I've got some reviews on the Hard Hero statues. All right, now let's transform this guy and see how he is. Actually, before we transform into car mode, I saw this on YouTube and it worked. Now, these are the speakers from the Reveal the Shield Jazz. Okay, so you got these tabs here and you got these grooves here. So you can just slide these in here. And on the other side, we're just going to slide these in here. And now you can create that one G1 Jazz with his speakers. There you go. And also, all right, we're going to take those off. And we're going to remove the weapons. And you can also have him firing from his hand like that. And I think the blue works good with Jazz. All right, so to transform him into Cybertronian mode. All right, let's get started. Now, there is a problem, again, with clear plastic breaking. I mean, I'm always afraid when they do clear plastic and just paint it, but we'll get that later. So, take his guns out. First thing you want to do is fold his hands in, right? And then fold them like that and just bend them back a little. So, they fold this way and then go back just a little. Now they tell you take the head and rotate it around. Not really sure why. And then you take this area and you just shift this up to cover the head. And now you take the grappling hook accessory and you put it right in his chest. Okay, then the back, what you want to do is this just You got little grooves there that slide into there. They don't really hold it, but still pretty good. So you want to take the back and take this, and you want to just pull this back until it clicks. There. That's what scares me, all this clear plastic. And then you can take the hands and just move them forward like that, and they go around the harpoon. And then you take this, it's on a big hinge, and you hinge it up, and it does snap in. Let's see, you've got this big tab here, and you got a big slot there. So you just tab that in there, and now the front's all done. Now the back, you fold these in. Now the first time I did this, actually a few minutes ago, I got very nervous. You've got to push a lot of pressure. Once you release these, you take this piece, and you have to force it out. Just, it's pegged in. I even did this a few minutes ago. All right. And you want to, there. Now, it's pegged in by this peg in that slot. It's pegged in real hard, so you want to be careful. Okay, so you get that done. Don't be afraid to move these around, and then pull this out. All right, and then push that over. All right, so one leg is done. The other side, usually you want to move this so you can get some clearance, and you just gotta see that one wasn't that bad. It's just that tab into that slot is very, very tight. Pull this out, plug that back in, and you can put these two together. Now comes the trickiest part of the transformation. This is like sound wave, because you got to get the knees. You just got to take it and you got to push it forward like that. And that wasn't too bad. And I see these clips are like the Ironhide clips. So you got to get these blue clips under the feet. And you got this tab behind this tab. So just want to get that done. And the legs. Now these arms will, there is a slot under the arm and a tab right there at the back of the knee or the front of the knee. So you make sure these are tabbed in. Let's see, is this one tabbing in? There's really no way to make sure. And then when you close the door, this tab will go in that slot, and then these will go behind it. So that one's done. And it's just a little finicky, so you got to play with it a little. There. And I believe we are all set. And that is Jazz in his Cybertronian mode. And I like him. From the side view, yeah, the arms do stick out, and there's not much you can do about it. But, you know, it is what it is. And it doesn't interfere that much with it. See? And then you have, of course, weapon storage right there. I wonder if you can, there. Or you can do it flat like that. I don't know why they have another one on the side, but, and that is Jazz. So you got that blue plastic. And you got the Autobot symbol. You got the dark blue, the white, the big red symbol, and the light blue. It's definitely white, not that many panel linings. These are the tabs or the slots. I got like the big spoiler. The back doesn't look too bad at all. And there's the other side. And it pretty much hides the front of the Porsche like that. You can still see it, but not too bad. And like I said before, you can get your blast effects. And there you go. So there is Jazz flying across the surface of Cybertron. Like I said, the hardest part was you just gotta force these out. I mean, they tab in really good. And you just gotta use your force. You gotta make sure you bend this, and you gotta take this, and you just gotta use your force and pop them open. And don't be afraid to break it. Hopefully you won't break it. But that is Jazz in his Cybertronian mode. And it's a neat little thing. I know with Seeds, they try to make them, you know, a lot more detailed. But remember, this is the first episode of Transformers, so they just did basic vehicle modes. I don't think they ever thought they'd have to make toys in them. But they did. And look at my paint right there. See, that paint's pretty good. Over here, I'm already getting stress marks or something. I wonder if that's the paint. Oh well, that is Jazz in his Cybertronian mode. No wheels, but he does slide, I guess. We'll stick these in the back, and we'll slide them through. Pretty cool. Alright, now let's do some vehicle comparison. First vehicle comparison we have to do is the Cybertronian Bumblebee. So this is the very first episode. Here, we'll make it more accurate, and we'll take off the weapons. These two were pictured in the very first episode, More Than Meets the Eye, of Transformers in 1984. It was mostly Bumblebee and Wheeljack, where he just slid into Wheeljack, and that Jazz came later. I believe that's what it was. But so far we got 2 out of the big 3, and I'm glad. So that's going to be pretty cool. And of course, you know, Hasbro had to keep their robot modes looking the same or very similar and come up with completely different shapes. So pretty neat. And then if you want to do the scene where they're just going to run into Autobot headquarters, and you've got the Soundwave lamp. Pretend that's Soundwave and Sound Blaster. Or actually, you saw him like... There's a lampshade mode. And you see Bumblebee drive by him and Jazz drive by him to Autobot headquarters. And that is our Cybertronian... Whoops, wrong way. Cybertronian Bee and Jazz. Alright. Now we're going to go through all our Jazzes. We'll put these here. And we'll get Bumblebee armored back up again. Let's see. And his gun will go on the side. And I got a review on this Bumblebee too. So click on that and you could check out the playlist. And now I think we're going to go oldest. My oldest, I don't have the original Jazz. Oh. But I do have Reveal the Shield. I had picked up at a toy fair, something like that. So that is the original. That's the Reveal the Shield with the speakers. And then came Power of the Primes, where they use the same mold several different times. Just to sell toys. They took the same mold, stuck some paint on it, sold it as an Autobot. So that is these two guys. And then we get to our G1 Accurate Studio Series 86 Deluxe Jazz. And again, we'll just take the weapons off. So, this was Cybertronian mode, and this is the Earth mode. Oh, there you go. So, pretty cool. As you can see, they're about, let's see, the same, roughly the same size, the same width. You got the spoiler the same. He doesn't have the racing stripes. His blue goes horizontally, and you got his blue going vertically. This one doesn't have a red stripe, but all in all, that is your Cybertronian Jazz, Origin Jazz, and your Studio Series 86. So these are the most accurate comic representations we've got to date. Now we're going to bring in Cybertronian Optimus, which, yeah, they stuck the top on it and these lights, and boom, he's Cybertronian. But I just, some people say these two look like they're from the same universe. I don't. This is more cartoonish, not many details, and then this you got all the details and stuff. They don't need wheels on Cybertron, so they all floated. So that is your Cybertronian Optimus Prime. Here is your not quite Tetrajet Starscream from Siege. I call this my Colonial Viper from BSG, and if you know what that means, stick it in the comments below. So that is a Starscream quote Tetrajet. And since we don't have the Cybertronian Wheeljack, we have our Siege Wheeljack. And we're going to bring all our jazzes in. So we'll start with my oldest, which is Reveal the Shield. Then came Power of the Primes. And then just recently Studio Series 86. And then now our newest one to complete the Jazz family, Cybertronian Origin Jazz. And I like these. Simple, but effective. And let's see, 1984, I was 11 when Transformers came on. So I was like so excited. I wasn't that young. I wasn't small, but 11 years old. I understood how to transform all these guys. And there is your family of Jazzes. And there you go. So now, one thing I always do, and we'll stop. One thing I always do is I always transform them. I start as they come packaged. A lot of reviewers start in vehicle mode, but if this guy's packed in vehicle mode, I'll do them in vehicle mode first, and then I do them back. But I always do the reverse transformation because one way I think it's always harder for robot to vehicle mode because you're compacting him. Then usually when you go from vehicle to robot mode, you expand them, and it's a lot harder to compact stuff. So I always start as they come packaged. And of course, if you just buy a Transformer, I'm like, oh crap, I don't know how to do this guy. You know, you can hit me up on my channel, and I can show you how to do it. So to reverse transform this guy, we want to open the doors. Let's see. Oh, it helps if you somehow we gotta move this up. Yeah, move this up so you can open this up, and then you move this up so you can open that up. And also, since you're untabbing hit, I'm tabbing that, and then grab the back and pull his legs out like some Cyclonus. Separate the legs. Now you can move this sideways, and then you open this guy up again. I'm always afraid I'm going to break this guy. I don't know why. It just, he sticks. I don't want to break him. There. All right. So, and now that tab always. So you want to, and this friction hinge. Friction hinges are nice because they don't break, but it's just a pain in the neck. So, let's just, and don't be afraid to force that out. One more click, close that up, close this, and snap it in. All right. And then you can take the foot and then pop it open. Let's try the other leg with friction hinges again. You know, these doors don't bend backwards. So I would move that so you can have some clearance, and you're just going to have to pop this off. There we go. And that one was, see, that one doesn't have that click. So you close this, you can snap back that back, and then you can do the foot. I guess the more I transform him, the looser this pin will get. But right now, it's tight, which is good. You don't want it to be loose. So then you got to untab it from the back, and you're just going to move this there. See how the hook is? So you're going to have to unsnap it, pull it up, and then move it sideways. So I like to go down, but you're going to break it that way. So the Autobot symbol goes down, and this goes over the top, and then this just sits back here at an angle. Take the arms to the side, remove the grappling hook, both pieces. See that other hook gets in there tight. There you go. All right, so turn the arms 1/4. Pop out the fist. You always want to make sure the elbows gold up. So straighten the arm, turn this 1/4, pull out the hand, take the chest piece and just hinge it front, and it's got a hinge. Doesn't really have a hinge. Thought it did. Oh, well, it's got the hinge up top, right underneath there. Turn the head around, and I believe we are back to our Jazz. And I like him. I mean, he's close to G1 accurate as you're going to get. And I suppose if there's going to be a third-party upgrade kit where it's going to probably come with a whole new grappling hook, but you could put like a little string in there, and what he does is he holds this part in his hand. I can just see a third party now. And then he shoots the grappling hook, and then he could go up the side of a mountain or whatever. And we'll get him back to the way we want him. And let's see, he's got no like protruding back. I think he's got a clean enough backpack for what he does. I don't mind the legs being this big at all. The spoiler. You do got that G1 look. Maybe some nice blue. This black piece right here, they could have painted light blue. You can still see the design in there. They stuck with the gray chest. Let's see. I wonder if you can. No. Well, let's see. Can you put this on his gun? Yeah, you could put this on his gun. Well, I don't know how that would work. Here, we'll put that on his gun. And we could always do this. So, I mean, that's for storage if you want. If you want to display him with a gun like that. That way, or you could put this off and put it here. Like so. I don't know if he was a right hand or left hand. And also the reason why, after the Transformers went off the air in the '86 movie, the actor that played him did die, passed away. So that's why Jazz never spoke in the new third season. And that is Origin Autobot Jazz. And I think we're going to bring out the Studio Series 86 Jazz just to see how they match up. And I like him. He's almost a dead ringer for Jazz. You still have the gray, the black, just like I said. If they would have painted these panels blue, I think he would have been a dead ringer for Jazz. Oh, and a side note, if during the video you heard a dog barking, that would be my dog, Jazz. Yes, I named my dog after Jazz. Well, my kids did anyway. So that is the Autobot Bumblebee Origin Jazz. And that is it. So, like I said, I hope we get Wheeljack real soon. That'll complete the big 3 from the very first episode, More Than Meets the Eye. I'm looking forward to a third-party kit to doing something with the grappling hook. I like them. I think they nailed the aesthetic. Not too much of a backpack. And now these legs, these tabs do tab in really, really hard. But he's a brand new mold. He borrows some parts from Cyclonus with the legs. I kind of like that than flipping panels open and flipping them up. He's got good posability, G1 aesthetics. I mean, this figure is 9.5 out of 10 in my book. So that is it. So like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and make sure you turn on notifications. We got over 1,000 videos on the channel. Mostly we do Transformers, but we do DC figures, Marvel figures, new toy sightings. I try to get some shorts in as like previews of what are coming up next. If there's a link below to buy it. Now this guy is a Target exclusive during the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. But if there's like by some chance a link below to buy this guy, feel free to do so. Or you can visit Big Bad Toy Store and check out any other Transformers you'd like. All right, that is it. So Jazz is saying, wow, bam, let's go party. Jazz out.